going to make this brief with my congestion and cold coming on. So yeah, I have been delving deep into pleasure, which is my TV shows, Netflix, amongst others. But what I've been delving deep into is not just Netflix. It's sorry, I thought I heard something. Um, um, podcasts and and okay. Oh, it's the heater. Gets me every time. So I was starting with Bridgerton, guilty pleasure. That was after Vampire Diaries, and then Supernatural, and then Bridgerton to the second Bridgerton, and then Queen Charlotte, and that was with integrating color with Crown and bringing that whole thing about, talking about that, and then in between there, because I watch it off and on with kids and responsibilities and like lots of projects. I have so many projects going on. It's exciting, but at the same time, it's kind of overwhelming. Trying to find a solace of who I am and find mama time. so that's what I'm doing. And through the span of 3 months, I've been doing that. And what I found with these podcasts that I always watch them, and I have been for the past 2 years, been consecutively watching Dark Journalist. And also Gigi Young since 2016. So, which I know that they relate a lot with their views, and but I like to watch movies and shows to inspire me to see different views on certain topics. And I always have. Like, I'm an aspiring. I always wanted to be a film director, but we'll see. We'll see, because after 2010, I don't know how to navigate technology as well after kids. But any hooter, that is not the point. So with Bridgerton, when I went on to Queen Charlotte, it was talking about how it was a great experiment. And I want to talk about fiction. Fiction in art. And that is a huge thing, because in life right now, propaganda says that we are racist. And that is a huge ordeal. And that is something that's always on our minds. But I never felt that way. I have never felt that way. That's not how I was raised. I'm from California. And I never, ever felt that that was an issue. Only that it was propagandized to us that there was an issue of color. And I didn't think that there ever was an issue, being that we've evolved so much over time. And to see that it arose again, well, I'm not from different parts of America, so I don't know how things are, but I've had experience in the Southeast, on a trip before, and things were not as kindly over there when it, you know, compared to color versus color. So, I don't know, but I know that it is way more propagandized and made relevant more than it should. Um, and I feel like it's a crutch. It's a crutch that to lean upon through madness. And one thing I want to talk about is madness, and this is my Celsius, and it has some vitamin C because I am sick. But, and also, I'm a night owl. I have a night off and have some time. So I'm going to drink my energy drink at night and go to bed late for my day off. But anyway, not to explain myself, but I did. Any hooter, propaganda. We see it every day. We see it every day. We see drama, torment, just things that are terrible that go online. And the one thing that sells the most is when we see the things that are the most horrible so we can sympathize with them. So, what is the one main thing in a relationship that we don't want? Personal relationship between a man and a woman, or a woman and a woman, and a man and a man. What is the one thing we don't want? I'm sorry, I'm holding this dagger because I'm home alone and I want to protect myself. What's the one thing? It is gaslighting. It is deception. It is lies. It's cheating. It's all that stuff. It is protection of ourselves. So, why do we do that? Defense? All that? Well, this propaganda that is continuously thrown at us. This constant state of bad that is being protruded, or this expectation of what we have to live up to, obviously. What do you think is going to happen? That is the epitome of a relationship that is gaslighting, that is manipulative, that is narcissistic. We're all insecure, okay? So are narcissists. But it's the typical technique that we buy every day of a relationship that we loathe, that we want to fix. Our relationship with the government and who is the higher ups, the media and everything, that is the relationship that we want to fix with our spouse. It is dysfunctional. It is gaslighting. It is manipulative. And it is telling us how we should live. So how do we fix that? God, tell me, because I really don't know at this point in time, because I'm going to go change the world. Get your helmets on. We're going in for a ride right now. What are we going to do? I don't know what the call is. I don't. But I just want to point it out there, and I'm not the greatest comedian. I'm just delusional and sick. But furthermore, what I have to say, my arm's getting a little tired. Sorry, on the left side. I have to switch sides. Furthermore, we are in a society of delusional thinking. And every single day, the moment that we open up our apps of our social media, the moment that we tune in to our favorite celebrities, the moment that we tune into anything, there's ads, right? There's ads. Buy this. This is going to help you. It's going to make you look better. Blah, blah, blah. It's making your skin better. It's going to make you look great. Oh, these are the right panties for you because they fit so comfortable. How many ads have I had? different ingredients saying that this is the legit thing and you have to have this for your body type. This is the great thing. You know what? A skinny body is the best body. No, you have to be fit. You have to go. God, I'm talking like I'm in the 1950s. Come on, let's go. It's the same shit every day with a different accent. It's the same propaganda. And the one thing I want to get into is I've been watching certain shows in the past month. I switch off of them and I click on other ones and I'm like, this is what I want to watch. Maybe. But every movie, fiction or based on a real life event that is fictionized and dramatized, whatever it is, every single piece of art has meaning and it has a truth to tell, whether it be fiction, lies, or just something to appease the mind. There's always a resolution. So every movie has a certain arc of creation. You have to fit the mark of this arc to entertain someone. So at the end of every movie, after the fall, after the climax and the great fall, there is a resolution, a moral of the story. Yes, I learned this from my dear great professor from Fullerton. But and he's amazing. Yeah. Yeah. I'll name him if I can. But anyways, I learned there is the great resolution at the end. The moral. The tying of the ends and tie the bow, boom. All the pieces have been put together. That is a great story. So with every movie, there is an ending that has a bow. If it's a good one. Not every story is great, but so I've been watching shows with these character arcs that I really love. But then there's also podcasts where I delve into not conspiracies. Well, they are conspiracies, but they're speculations upon truth, upon things that have been lied about that have evidence enough to be built up to prove history otherwise. And I love that because that's what I crave. I'm a journalist at heart, but I'm not a journalist. I'm a mom, but I love doing that stuff. So I have a little free time tonight where I wanted to mention that I noticed some patterns in what I've been watching. And it's not just in the shows I was watching, it was the podcasts, how they tied together and intertwined with fact and kind of like revelations for myself, where history has been really just erased from us, and how it's been like this great experiment where we're being watched. And it's not going to stop here. It's going to go further, where we're more monetized and we're more surveillanced, where this experiment's going to go further, because the more that you can condition someone, just like a relationship, a very dysfunctional, abusive, manipulative relationship, this is how exactly the people of America are being treated. And we are the gaslighted, and they're the gaslighters. We are being used like animals basically as an experiment to see how far they can go to get this movement, a scientific movement, where we are in constant spiritual warfare between ourselves inside and the physicality outside, because we have been conditioned so greatly on how to see shapes and physicality through our eyes instead of looking inward. And that's like 5 books, maybe 10, to talk about that. But to give an example, I was watching Sunday Cool Ninjas or Butterflies podcast, which I just found. And there was one episode that they made, podcast that they made, that was talking about the prohibition. And like, oh, what did it really mean? And blah, blah, blah. They're speculating. Like, oh, did it really mean they didn't want people to drink? Or did it mean they didn't want people to make their own alcohol to produce gas for their car to fuel their own home system or their car system efficiently with more clean gas? Was it really more about money? Which everything in the end, after that, well, let's not jump to conclusions, but like, is that why ... And then, isn't everything about money? Isn't war about money? Isn't the fact that these people in the media, these artists of every kind of musical to film, is that why they make so much money? Because they go along with this agenda of, we're promoting this and influencing it on these people as not just an experiment anymore. They're already taken in. Let's take it a step further. That's what I feel. And I just it's kind of sick and sad to kind of live in this world. And then my kids, they're growing up and all that stuff, and they have to live with it. But we're strong. And I hope we can all be strong in that. I have faith in them, but they're not stupid. They actually question everything, and I'm glad for that. But how far does questioning go, and the difference that you make? How far does it go? You know, until someone breaks. You know, like a lot of people in the past, like Bukowski and Rudolph Steiner and Edward Casey, and a lot of people tried to incorporate, you know, mysteries and like the reality of what's going on, like the inner soul and how we function, who we are, and how we're all connected. And it's all just been shot down. Surprisingly, some of their content is still available, which I just don't understand how it is with everything going on. Maybe it's because they have no faith in humanity because of how far we've come into delusion. I don't know. But on a real note, yeah, I delve deep because when I look at life and I look at what I'm doing, I look at the state of finance and living. When I look at where we go, you know, like we've been through a lot, and I'm like, oh yeah, we've been through the Great Depression. Yeah, but weren't we already trying to monetize and control people at that time too? So it started whenever, you know, it started from the beginning. The great experiment of a new way of life. And if you think that like the hope that you have for the people who founded this country, you're like, why isn't it like that anymore? Just think about all the history that you're missing, all the history that you don't know that was erased, all the things that were monetized. Just like today, what makes you think they weren't doing that back then? And it's easier to erase things back then because remember when we started fingerprinting to find criminals and victims, abusers, and killers and stuff? We didn't start doing that until later. And it's like people can get away with more things. So what makes you think that that time period is more innocent with all of the evidence that we've gathered through history, of accounts of journals and documents and people's testimonies and whatever? I suggest you go watch Dark Journalist. Gigi Young, if you're in that realm of spirituality, she is amazing. I've been following her since 2016. If that's your thing. But Dark Journalist really goes deep on the deep state and what's going on with UFO files and all the secrets that are being kept hidden away, and just pretty much gathering evidence against all the propaganda that has been going on throughout the United States since it started. And then just watch movies, watch shows, compare them, contrast them, say this adds up or this doesn't add up. This makes sense, this doesn't make sense, basically. But kind of just open your eyes to question what it is you're doing now, and then look at the world and think, why has everything happened the way it has? All the wars, you think it's natural? No, it's based on money, and that you can find evidence of. All these catastrophes, oh, that aren't natural. Oh, that was bad. Those people did this to us. No, it was all due to the government. It was all due to the people who were above us. So if you try to think that everything this country stands for is honest, why would they be when they have the most money to obtain? Especially when they collect your money, your taxes. Especially when they rig things and they lie. And you see it, and then you still believe them. That's called gaslighting and manipulation and abuse of not just yourself, but your spirit. It's lying to who you are. It's called a long game. And that long game has been lasting for a very long time. It might have meant well at the beginning, but now it's gotten really fucking bad. Yeah, so your hierarchies, your prodigies, your people who you look up to who are super famous, I would keep a close eye on exactly what it is their intentions are. Because they might be famous and that might be your goal to feel important and be famous too. But why are they that famous and rich? There has to be a reason, especially with everything that's going on throughout the duration of 1776 to now. So, food for thought. Good night. I'm out. Love you. Just don't get lost in the game. Question yourself and question where the fuck you are and why everything is, but don't let yourself go crazy. Because if you do, oh God, help me help you. Help you help me. We all do, but God, really, we can only do one thing at a time. But realizing something is another thing. Not fixing the world in one single moment. Um, we can only do one thing at a time, and that is try to create positive change in the moment by being who we are and being honest with ourselves. Being honest with yourself is like the first thing. Then being honest with others after that is the harder thing. Then talking about it is even harder. Even harder. Like how I'm dreading posting this. Because I don't want backlash. But you know what? So be it. Yeah, I'm just from California and I just like long walks on the beach and a really good martini. I don't. I don't even live on the beach. I don't surf, dude. Propaganda. Marketing. What can I sell you so you can buy? And why is that so easy? Because of what we've been instilled within our brains. What we think we have to do. We have been so monetized to where when people talk about selling healthy things, we have to buy them for a higher price. Because our country is so far into this cancer-ridden pesticide, not to mention just MSG shit, where we have to buy those things and we think that they're good, but do we really know what's inside of them? We have been so broken down. Come on, let's wake up right now. Let's wake up right now. Everyone, right now. Let's wake up. Because this shit is fucking bonkers. And I wish I could say something else, but I can't. The workplace I work at, I don't even know. I don't even know if it's even that healthy. My name is blah, 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 blah. I give you this message. I hope you fare well, because we're all trying to. Knowledge is key, but knowledge is sorrow. And knowing things makes things hard. Yeah, but you don't want to you really don't want to die knowing that you could have known something. Right? Like, shit, I could have prevented this, but I didn't listen. I don't know. I think we all may be afraid of that. I don't know. I'm done. Goodbye. I'm sick. Good night. Bye. Where's the damn button? I know where it is. It's one another second.